like whenever we're in the moment of discerning or overthinking or making a decision, a rash decision, just take a moment to sit with what's going on and meditate and breathe. And I think it's very important to use the breath to calm the mind.
Welcome to the Golden Age Goddess Podcast. We stand for peace, love, happiness, and abundance for all. Listen to your heart and soul's call, and we will encourage you to be bold, audacious, and devoted. Kim, Indigo, and Wind, helping you win by healing deep within. Only way to the Golden Age. Like, share, and subscribe today.
How would you distinguish whether or not it's your intuition or like your mind thinking? How could you differentiate whether it's like mental or if it's like truly like a deep inner knowing?
Yes, I'll go for that one.
I love that.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good question, right? Yes. For one, when it's the overthinking mind, there's confusion. You're not clear. It's automatically, you're starting to go down a rabbit hole of overthinking, creating stories in the mind. It's a downward spiral. You are in a state of fear. You're not relaxed. Your nervous system is out of whack. You don't have that homeostasis within yourself. You're not feeling inner balance, because when we are in our overthinking mind, we are in a state of chaos, inner chaos, and we're conflicted within self. We're conflicted between two worlds, and it's almost like, and then what tends to happen is that we create fake problems. We create fake issues for ourselves. And a lot of times we block our own blessings, and it's a form of self-sabotage. And that's why it's so important to just tune in. The first step is when something is feeling off, maybe you need to take a deep breath and check in with self and ground ourselves and to center ourselves and to check in, like, am I in a state of peace right now? Or am I in a state of, did I even enter this situation from a state of chaos? Did I even enter this situation from a state of feeling imbalanced? That's the first step, is to be aware of our own energy. And then being able to discern from there, okay, now how can I find my homeostasis? How can I find my inner equilibrium? How can I find my inner balance so that I can get clear? And that's dropping from the mind into the heart. Sometimes it's just as simple, again, tuning that dial from here to here, just with our awareness and breathing deep. Because as Kim said, yes, that intuition is that soul awakening. It's tuning into the soul, because the soul knows. Our soul, our higher self, that is very much intertwined. It's that divine wisdom. It's our higher wisdom. So that's, for me, when you're in that state of chaos and you're not 100% clear, automatically tune in and say, I'm probably in my mind right now, and I need to drop down into the heart.
I love that so much. And for me, in my journey, how I'm able to discern if I'm like overthinking or in my mind, instead of having that clear, the soul speaking to me, is what's been helping me these past 2 months. Actually, it's a newer practice to me. I'm doing much longer meditations. And if I feel like if I can't calm the mind while I'm overthinking, it's like, I'm like all over the place. But when I'm able to calm the mind and get deep into my soul and in my heart, then I'm able to discern a lot better. Should I move forward with the situation, or was I overthinking too much? And just taking that time to sit with it. And I think it's very important for us to whenever we're in the moment of discerning or overthinking or making a decision, a rash decision, just take a moment to sit with what's going on and meditate and breathe. And I think it's very important to use the breath to calm the mind and And like you said, Wind, it's like if you're still overthinking about it and it doesn't feel good in your body and you feel like you're all over the place, then it's not from, it's coming from fear. If you're just all over the place all the time and you're not able to discern correctly, if it's a good path or a wrong path, take a moment to sit, breathe, meditate, calm the mind. And that's what's been able to help me these past couple months, is truly doing the practice and sitting with self. That's how I'm able to discern from the thinking mind, or from vice versa.
Yes, sitting with self. I love that. That's so key. I love that so
Oh,
much.
yes. Oh, yes. You two goddesses said just, I mean, you summed it up, but I mean, beautiful, great points from you when mentioning like shifting from, the mind to the heart and being able to feel the visceral response in our bodies that is communicating with us in the moment. We know when we feel off. We know when we feel chaotic. We know when we feel unsettled. We know when our energy needs to a moment to have a sacred pause. And that's that moment of meditation. That's that moment of sitting with it. And we can sit in it and overthink as well. We sure can. We sure
Yeah.
can. But
Mhm.
mind is also an essential part of life. We have our crown chakra, we have our third eye, and that divine mind. So thinking, questioning, being inquisitive about what it is that may be feeling unsettling is super important.
Yes.
For me,
I love that you
this,
said that. Yes.
yes, absolutely.
Hmm.
And for me, discernment is being able to see the playing field, see all of the perspectives, see all the views, see every um, way in which this is coming from, and not just being limited to just one way or one thought or one feeling. Even questioning it, having that moment to sit with it. Where is this coming from? Am I actually channeling pure source energy, or is this from some distortion or fear based, or and it allows us to go deeper and really see where this is like resonating with us, and how to how to figure out if this is literally from our mind, from a past trauma, from a response to something, or if this is literally like just receptivity. And I think that, like I said earlier, a lot of the times our intuition comes in when we're doing like those mindless activities where we're not overthinking, where we're literally in a state of calm, peace, maybe cooking, those are like
Mm.
the best times, or like the most times where I see that my intuition may tap in with something, and a word may just come to me in the middle of like doing an activity that doesn't require me to think too much.
Yeah. When we're
Mm.
present, right?
Mm.
Present, yes,
Present.
Yes.
absolutely.
Ooh. I want to touch on something really quick, Indigo. Thank you for that. Amazing. What you said was so key, because I love that you mentioned we're not supposed to just dismiss the mind,
Oh yeah.
or you just throw it
Mm.
in the trash, because it plays a part as well in the processing of the intuition. Sometimes we do have to ask those questions. Sometimes
Absolutely.
going down that rabbit hole of overthinking can lead you to like, okay, let the monkey mind run amok for a little bit, right? And then it's going to get tired.
Hmm.
It's going to
Hmm.
get tired.
Hmm.
And then once
Yes.
the monkey mind runs amok, you let
Yep.
it, you just observe and you watch, you witness, and it's like, okay, now what's the next step? After the monkey mind and went down all these different rabbit holes, you get to a point now that your mind's exhausted. And now that I can, now it's like, okay, now I can rest. But also paying attention to those thoughts. Where were those thoughts leading you? What was
Hmm.
where, and then what is the
Mm.
conclusion of that? But again, tuning back into the heart, because ultimately the heart and the soul is where our true intuition comes from, because it's a knowing. It's very clear, it's very concise, it's not confusion. Clarity only comes from clarity. And we use the mind. The mind works in tandem with the heart and the soul. And the mind is very much heavily tied to the ego. And we'll talk about that later. But the ego in itself, but when the mind is leading and the ego is leading, that's when we're not clear. That's when our intuition is blocked. But our ego and our mind is supposed to work in tandem with the heart and soul. So thank you for mentioning that, Indigo. That was
Absolutely.
Yes.
Love that.
Welcome to the Golden Age Goddess Podcast. We stand for peace, love, happiness, and abundance for all. Listen to your heart and soul's call, and we will encourage you to be bold, audacious, and devoted. Kim, Indigo, and Wind, helping you win by healing deep within. Only way to the Golden Age. Like, share, and subscribe today.